Welcome to the deep dive. Let's cut right to it. You want that dream job, right? Or maybe that next big promotion. You're putting in the hours, maybe sending out tons of applications, and well, it just feels like something's missing. Or maybe you see others getting ahead.
Yeah, it's a super common feeling, actually. People think, just work harder.
Hmm.
But the sources we looked into, they really paint a different picture. It seems like strategy plays this massive role in actually moving up. It's more about actively shaping things,
Yeah.
not just reacting when or if an opportunity pops up.
Exactly. So that's our goal for this deep dive. We want to unpack those strategies, the ones that really work to position you better. So the opportunities, well, they start coming to you. We're pulling the core ideas from this really insightful video we found and laying it out here. So let's jump in. First up, becoming a visible expert. What's the core idea there?
Okay, so it's really about not waiting around to be noticed. You need to proactively put yourself out there, make yourself known as someone who, really knows their stuff in your field.
Yeah.
Think of it as going from being maybe the company's best kept secret to someone people actually recognize.
Right, becoming known. And the source gives some pretty concrete examples, like sharing useful stuff on LinkedIn regularly, or maybe speaking at industry things, even starting side projects that show off what you can do. It's about being intentional.
Precisely. When you consistently share valuable insights, people start to notice. You build this reputation as a go-to person. And that's super attractive, right, to potential bosses, but also your current managers. They naturally start looking towards people who show that kind of deep understanding and, initiative.
And it's not just theory, is it? There was that story we saw someone landed a, what, 30% raise? All because a hiring manager stumbled across their blog post. That's pretty powerful.
It really is. It shows that your expertise, no matter how great, it needs, like, an audience to actually make an impact. By sharing, you're essentially opening doors for opportunities to find you. And the source suggested a really simple first step. Post just one valuable insight on LinkedIn this week. Doesn't have to be like a huge essay, just something focused, useful.
Yeah, I like that. Super actionable. Okay, let's shift gears. Strategy number 2, mastering the promotion mindset. This sounds less about doing stuff externally and more internal, like a way of thinking.
That's a great way to put it. It's a key difference. The source really hammers home that promotions often go to people who act like leaders before they actually get the title. It's about thinking strategically, looking ahead, not just being the busiest person.
Okay, so how does that look in practice? The source mentioned things like actively finding and solving problems, or maybe mentoring newer people on the team. And this seems important, keeping track of your accomplishments for review time, showing your value.
Exactly. It's about initiative, seeing the bigger picture. When you step up, solve problems, help your colleagues, it signals you're ready for more responsibility. And yeah, tracking those wins is crucial. You need the evidence when those promotion talks happen. We even saw that story linked in the source about Sarah. Got promoted in just 6 months using this approach.
6 months, wow, that's fast. And there's that self-reflection question tied to it. What's one problem you can solve for your boss this week? I like that framing.
Yeah, it shifts the focus, doesn't it? From
Yeah.
just doing your assigned tasks to actually helping your boss, making their job easier, contributing strategically.
Okay, strategy 3. This one really caught my eye. Leveraging the hidden job market. Sounds kind of mysterious.
Yeah, it does a bit. But it's based on a pretty stark statistic from the source. Get
Mhm.
this, something like 70% of jobs, they're never actually posted publicly. These jobs get filled through referrals, through networks,
Yeah.
people knowing people. So yeah, applying online is fine, but it's only hitting like 30% of the picture.
70%. Wow. That definitely makes you rethink where you spend your job searching energy. So the advice is basically network more, build relationships rather than just clicking apply.
That's the core of it.
Yeah.
Really focus on building genuine connections. People in companies you're interested in, people in your wider industry. Reach out, offer something valuable first, maybe an article, an insight. Ask smart questions. It's about building real rapport, not just, asking for a job immediately.
And the source had that personal story, right? Someone got a job just from a former colleague recommending them. Like no formal interviews, bypass the whole competition. That really shows the power of who you know.
It absolutely does. A trusted recommendation carries so much weight.
Yeah.
And the action step here, message just 2 people in your industry this week. A genuine, personalized message. Again, small, consistent steps. Build that network.
Makes sense. Okay, number 4, optimizing your personal brand. We hear personal brand thrown around a lot, but the source had some specific practical advice for the career context.
Yeah, it really stressed that your resume isn't just like a history list. It's a marketing document.
Hmm.
You got to be deliberate about how you present yourself, the story you're telling employers.
Right. And they talked about using strong verbs, action words, and crucially, quantifying results. That example was great. Not just handled sales, but increased sales by 40%. That hits different.
Totally. Numbers make it real, tangible. It shows your impact, not just your duties. The source also really pushed tailoring your resume, like really tailoring it for each specific job, highlighting the skills they're actually asking for in that specific role description.
And LinkedIn, of course, that came up again. Need a professional photo, a headline that grabs attention, interesting content. It's your online storefront, basically.
It really is. And they even gave a little formula for the headline, which I thought was useful. It's like your role, your key expertise, your unique value, just clear, concise, tells people immediately who you are, what you do, and why you're good at it. The action step. Update your LinkedIn headline today using that structure. Easy win.
Simple, effective. Okay, final strategy, number 5. Ask for what you want. Seems obvious, maybe, but I bet this is where a lot of us stumble. It can feel awkward.
Oh, absolutely. It's very common to hesitate, right? Asking for a promotion, negotiating salary. There's that fear of, I don't know, seeming too pushy or getting told no. But the source tackles this head on.
Yeah, the advice is don't wait. Schedule that meeting to talk career growth. And when you get an offer, you need to be ready to negotiate. Don't just accept the first number.
Exactly. And they shared this pretty powerful statistic. People who actually negotiate their salary, over their whole career, they earn something like 50% more. 50. That's a huge difference long term. And while the source apparently had a script, which we don't have here, the main point was crystal clear. You don't automatically get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate for. You have to ask.
That's a really important takeaway. Okay, so let's recap quickly. 5 key strategies. Become visible, get that promotion mindset, tap into the hidden job market, polish your personal brand, and, well, ask for it. It all seems to point towards taking a much more active, strategic approach to your career.
Definitely. The big theme running through all of this is like empowerment.
Yeah.
You're not just sitting back waiting. You're actively making things happen. You're creating the conditions for your own success.
Couldn't agree more. So, as everyone listening thinks about all this, here's maybe a final question to mull over. Considering these 5 strategies we've discussed, what's the one single shift in how you approach your career? What's the one change that could make the biggest positive difference for you right now? Something to think about. Maybe revisit these ideas as you plan your next move. Thanks for diving deep with us today.